it's raining, so I only have one shot to get this right. Today I'm going to be teaching, sharing, and giving away two things that are extremely valuable. Alright, one is going to be the X virality formula guide that I'm going to be using to go crazy on X and completely focus in on X and zone in, and it's gonna be able to it's gonna show you, and you're gonna be able to understand what your audience wants to see. You're gonna be able to understand what videos go viral, how they go viral, etc., etc. I'm gonna be giving that away to you completely for free. The second one is the number one key element, a full guidebook on the number one key element you need to maximize your sales and profits, all that. And what was it called? Even if you don't sell a product or service, there's tons of free money out there. You just have to go get it. You just have to go get it. So this is gonna teach you how to go get it by helping people, clients as a copywriter, which is what I do, and for this month. All right, and yeah, let's get into it without further ado. I also don't have a webcam, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna invest in one soon, but let's get to the teaching. All right, so what was it called? Let me show you exactly what you're gonna be getting, and if so you can see like if it's gonna have any benefit to you at all. All right, so this is the AM's viral Twitter files. I know, what a unique name. All right, so basically I put like all my videos in here. If I put a tweet, if I make a video, I'm tracking the metrics basically, and I've gained a lot of knowledge off of this so far, even though I'm extreme beginner. Basically I've seen what you guys want to see, what you guys would like to see, what I'm going to be posting more of, basically how to take this to the moon and like not disappoint. So basically you can see here the total views, the views in 24 hours, the time posted, the number one main thing that made the video perform as it did, whether it's good or bad. Oh, I only post the good videos here, the videos that did relatively good, so I can only keep doing the good. Why would I focus on the bad? It makes no sense. All right, so, and then you can see the likes, you can see comments, you can see reposts, bookmarks, you can make a small description, and obviously the date you posted the video. Yeah. All right, and then this one, the full guidebook on the secret I'm going to be teaching you today. All this information. I think just off of looking, you can see that it's not the same as like all these other, what all these other people just give out for no reason. This is notes I made, and this is going to be how I'm going to visually explain it and show it to you. And I actually like wrote a couple of things I wanted to say off the top of my head, so I'm going to be using this and combined with this to teach you guys. All right, so number one, let's just get into it. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to teach you this in the best and fastest way possible. So let's just get into it. All right, so in selling, when you're selling something, when you're selling to whether it's an offer, whether it's you're selling a service, whether you're selling a book or even a YouTube video, you're selling the YouTube video. What are you selling? What is the most important thing in that selling? Let's say, for example, it's this link. What's the most important thing? Let's say once they get in this link, then they're going to be able to get sold on. So what's the most important thing? The answer is already on the screen. It's the click. The click is the most important thing that you need to master. You need to master getting people to click if you want to see like exponential results and make a lot of money. So you can see here, this person has an offer, this person does coaching, a book, a company, the YouTuber, he wants views. So all right, so if they don't click your video, nothing else, or if they don't click your video, if they don't click your title, if they don't click your link, nothing else matters. Nothing. There is nothing. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. There is nothing that matters unless they click. Because if they don't click, they're not going to be able to read your offer. They're not going to be able to read this great juicy wob of words. They're not going to be able to read anything. Even if what you're doing and what you're selling is 100% free of charge. Even if it's free. If they don't click, what do you have? If they don't click, there's nothing you gain. There's nothing that you can give them or you can sell to them even for free. So you're selling something, but even for free. You can't give it away if they don't click. All right. A horrible product and with horrible reviews, with a horrible offer, will still outsell you with a great product, with great reviews, with a great offer if it does not get clicks. If your offer or your link or whatever does not get clicks, this horrible trash offer will outsell you in every aspect if it gets clicks. So this one is getting clicks and it's trash. And this one is getting clicks, but it's good. And this one is not getting clicks, but it's good. Which one's gonna sell more? This one. It doesn't matter. Every 1,000 people, if one person buys, every 1,000 people, if 0 people click, no one is buying. So if it doesn't get clicks, they won't read it, they won't see it, you're basically done. All your effort, everything you've done before that is a waste. You've basically wasted yourself. You've wasted your energy, you've wasted your time. There's nothing that you benefit. So I'm going to be explaining this using Elon Musk's first principle method, by the way. So all right, so we're going to have to break it down. So if the click is the most important part, what's more important than the click? If the click is this important, what's more important than the click? What they see before the click. What they see before the click is more important than the click if you want them to click, right? And then what do they see before the click? That's another question before I reveal it. What do they see? They see all this. They see these, these. Okay, so what are these? That's the question now. What are these? These are headlines. This is a headline, a headline, a headline. These are headlines. These are headlines. Okay, and the truth is, most people write headlines that are horrible. And when you're selling your own product or service and you want to help others, or if you want to help others sell their product or service as a copywriter or to get money, whatever your main goal is, this is the main key you need to make a ton of money because headlines will make or break your sale. Just look how interesting this one is. We snuck through. They have the White House picture. I want to read it. I want to read it. And I've already went over it. All right. And then another thing. You want to write a headline, but not just any headline. You want to write the right headline because anyone can just slap a title on a page. I thought this was funny. Anyone can just slap a title on a page. But is it the right headline? Will it get people to initially go back to our goal? Will it get them to click? Will it get them to click this link? Because your goal was for them to click a link, or for your goal was for them to click on your YouTube video, or your goal was for them to click and read more of your Twitter post. Will it get them to click? That's a real headline. And then real headlines actually have a lot behind them. It's not as simple as it sounds. It has psychology, emotion, trigger words, secret formulas. It's insane. The amount of things in a headline is insane. It's jam packed. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my $100,000 method to writing headlines. With this method, you will be able to write 6-figure headlines. And by 6 figures, I mean once you post it and you see it has good conversion rate, it could take you to sales in the 6 figures. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So this is the Notion doc that you're going to be getting. This has a ton of information, a frick ton of information. So I hope that it benefits you in any way. All right, so if they do not click, nothing else matters. And this was KJ Rainey said this. He's a copywriter. He actually taught me a lot of this, so big shout out to him. All right, so if you want to write headlines, most people they just go for the frameworks. They go for how to blank in as little as blank, how every blank can blank, 7 quick. These are horrible. These are absolutely trash. They do not work. What's the point of hiring someone, or what's the point of you doing it yourself and really thinking about it and adding 1, 2, or 3 words in blank spaces when there's bots that can do it? So let me show you this bot really quick that I found. This bot is an amazing headline script generator. You can put your niche audience, your keyword, your second keyword, the big result they want, and it will throw out one of these for you. It will throw out, where did it go? Let me see. It will throw out one of these for you. So what's the point if a bot can do the same thing as you? What special or unique? You're not adding anything special or unique to it, which means it's not going to make you money. All right. So you cannot good when using frameworks. You need to get good selling the emotion. This is the key to copywriting. People do not buy logically. They buy using emotion, and then only then after they convince themselves logically. First, you need to sell them on the emotion. All right, and the goal of this is by the time you're done with this and by the time I teach you, you're going to feel 100% confident in selling anything to anyone. That's the goal of this. You're gonna feel 100% confident in selling anything to anyone, and your headlines are gonna be amazing. All right, so the signs and symptoms of great headlines. Let's get into that. All right, so a great headline. Number one. This is the main thing. If you the you have to grab the attention of the reader. You can do this by many ways. You can do this using a pattern interrupt, a pattern interrupt. How you spell that? I'm not sure. I think that's how. Never mind. All right, so you can use that. You can get their attention by using a pattern interrupt, by making a big bold claim, etc. We'll get into it. I'll be teaching all that. All right, you create an intense desire and curiosity to read on. I'll also get to teaching you how to do that. And you attract the dream prospect you want while repelling the unwanted prospects you don't want. The prospects who who don't uh who don't want to buy, who want to waste your time, you repel those away. All right, so there's three pillars into going into this. All right, the first pillar is understanding the customer bubble. The second pillar is the right lead, and the third pillars are the four U's. Don't be confused. You're gonna 100% understand this by the time this is over. All right, so you this is the main key. So you do not lose before the game has even started. Your headline must start in the customer bubble. Otherwise, you've lost before you've even written the headline. If you have not analyzed your customer bubble, you lost before you've even written the headline. Let me repeat that. All right. So what's in the customer bubble? You can obviously see this diagram, the drawing. Basically, this is kind of complicated a little bit. If I simplify it, the prospect's beliefs, their fears, their desires, and their expectations. These are the key four that are inside the customer bubble. These four. So their beliefs is what they believe in. Their fears, what they're afraid of. Their desires, what they want. Their expectations, what they feel they deserve of themselves. What do they think? Everything has to do with what they think. You have to get inside the mind of your prospect and not only be but become your prospect. All right. So the one of the number one questions you have to ask yourself is, how did they get there? How did they get onto your page? Okay, so it starts from their experiences. From their experiences, they make theories. From their theories, they lead to judgments. From judgments, they lead to their beliefs. And then from there, everything else develops. So this is how they got to their awareness level. This is how they're feeling what they're feeling. Why do they have those beliefs? Why do they have those fears? Why do they have desires? Why do they have the expectations? Everything starts and stems from their experiences. When you experience something, you make a theory from your experience. You believe it in a certain way. Your theories lead to judgments. Your judgments become your beliefs. And then from your beliefs, you develop fears, expectations, and desires. So you need to make like a graph or like a document where you document all of this, and you can see it in like stair steps here. This says fake reality, but this is what they believe in. No one is really living in reality. Everyone is just has their own ideas about reality and etc. etc. So you need to be able to the copywriter skill is to be able to dissect that and understand it. All right, so your headlines, if we recap, your headlines need to target their beliefs, their fears, their desires, and their expectations. So to do that, the most important thing you have to do is you have to get to know your ideal customer, which is the hardest part. Why is it the hardest part? It requires you to actually think. It requires you to have to write stuff down. It requires you to have to do research. So this is the part that most people do not like. All right. So let's get into the first step of getting to know your ideal customer. You have to match their awareness level. Okay, so what's their awareness level? You answer these questions. What are their current beliefs? What are their darkest fears? What are their deepest desires? What are they aware of and what are they not aware of? And the key to winning when answering these questions is to go as deep as you possibly can. You have to go as deep and down as you possibly can. You have to keep asking yourself why. For example, you say, my client believes he cannot land um, a business, a B2B business. He cannot perform well. Why? Oh, because he doesn't have a lot of experience. Why? You just keep going into the why. You just keep going in and you'll find the root. Once you find the root, it doesn't matter how much you're charging or how much it is. Your client will pay, they will get their money out of their pockets, and you will make a lot. All right. Now, after answering these, you draw it into an awareness funnel. I'm sure you know what awareness funnel is. It's like the funnel that it's like the upside down triangle that has like bars in it. That's the funnel. All right. For example, let's do an example. Let's do Andrew Tate's funnel. All right. Let's pretend this is funnel, and make this as real as possible. Okay. So the first person in the funnel, the the most, like, let's say a million people find out about him. Those million people, the first thing they're thinking of is, I need money. The only thing they're thinking of, and the only thing they can't think of, is I need money and I am broke. That's the only thing they know. Okay, so they start. He he starts explaining to them, why are they broke? Why do they need money? What? Then they find out about businesses. When they find out about a business, they say, "Oh, okay, but a business requires capital. It requires manpower. It requires a lot of time, labor. So I need an alternative to that." Then they get introduced to online business. When they get introduced to online business, they're like, "Okay, online business is a wide range. There's thousands of things I can do. What's the easiest one? Oh, easiest, just copy and paste links." They get introduced to affiliate marketing. After affiliate marketing, they go into the course or wherever that the the individual is selling. Okay, so I basically explained all of these for you. You could read through them in the doc. I'm sending it to you through your DMs. All right, so the best online business models for beginners. This is an example. What audience is this targeting? This is targeting and matches the awareness level of a beginner. It says online business model for beginner. So it's not targeting necessarily the first stage of need money, because the title would say something like the best way to make money for beginners. That would be the need money. But this person has already went through the money. They found out about business. Now they're on the online business stage. So when they're in this stage, the key is to introduce them, and first you have to tell them why they need an online business model. Then you introduce them to affiliate marketing. So that's going to be the end goal of this. And when you're doing everything, you need to have an end goal. You need to have an end goal, and the end goal will determine whether you succeed or not. Okay, so knowing what happened before they got onto your page is crucial. Okay, so this is crucial in many ways. I don't know if I'm going to go into it in this video, but for example, even when you're using a unique mechanism or a unique selling proposition, how they got on the page is extremely crucial. Because if you send them an email where you make, um, if you send them an email where you make a product seem special and you give it a certain quality and a certain feature, when they get to the landing page, they're gonna buy. But if your landing page was has the unique selling proposition, or it has the unique selling mechanism, or it has the unique selling feature, and they get an email and the email is bland, the email does not match what they were sold on, they're not going to buy. So you basically wasted money. All right, so you need to ask yourself what happened before they got on this page, and you have to match their awareness level. So on a basic one, let's go to this example. You have to match their awareness level and how they got on the page. So for example, let's say this is a YouTube video. This is most of the time this is what this is. It's a YouTube video. They got on the page from the YouTube video. And since they got on the page from the YouTube video, the page that they're landing on needs to match what they've heard in this video. Otherwise, they're not going to buy. If you told them, for example, that they're going to make at their first $1,000 online doing affiliate marketing, but the landing page says how to become $1 trillion oil salesman in Dubai, you're what? Okay, that makes no sense. But that's like on an extreme level. Oh, okay. So I did the example here. Okay, how to become a trillionaire selling oil. That's what you made the video on. But let's say the landing page is the opposite. Let's say it's how to make your first $100 online. You're wasting money that way. Whether it's vice versa or the other way around, it needs to match. That's the main key. All right, that's the extreme example, but you get the point. All right, for example, now let's get into Iman Gazdi's course. You can see these. You can see these headlines. This headline: the 24 millionaire goes rogue and reveals his secret online income system just to prove anyone can make $1,000 online with it. Okay, what does this say? Anyone, beginner. It's for a beginner. Their first $1,000, a relatively small amount of money, but it would be a lot for a beginner. All right, secret. This is something we're going to be getting into. I'm not going to say a lot about it right now. Okay, goes rogue. You're not supposed to be hearing about this. So this one, so let me show you the crazy thing. This course, and this course. How to go from 0 to 10K a month with your own job service agency. How to launch your own high income career and join the new generation of young millionaires. These three courses are not separate. They are the same thing. If you come in here, you're going to learn what you would have learned in here and here. It's the same place, but the only thing that's different is the landing page. Why? Is the headline. Why? To target different audiences. This is also, this is true. It's called the eyebrow. It's the eyebrow of heading. I'm going to be getting into that. I'm not sure if it's in this video, but I'm going to be explaining along the way. This down here is called the deck copy. Obviously, you can tell that these ones are the main headlines. These are the ones we're focusing on right now. And then this is also the deck copy. All right, these are the same courses. They're just packaged differently to target different parts of a funnel and different people. And that's how you maximize on your profits. Okay, write down what the customer is thinking and feeling when they get on this page. Okay, pretend you were in the shoes of this person. When he lands on this page, what would he be feeling? Oh, I don't think I can make $1,000. I've never made money online before. He'll have his own fears. He'll have his own false beliefs. He'll have his own false external beliefs and internal. This person, 0 to 10K a month. Oh, I got to 5K, but I don't think I can get to 10 because of this. I'm having trouble scaling. Just a bunch of stuff you can solve easily for the client or the prospect in their head and make a ton of money off. All right, step 2. Now, this is the part I did not used to understand, but the headline must connect emotionally. So when you receive an email, have you ever seen how somehow, if it's an email you resonate with, they speak your slang, they speak how you speak. Why do they do that? Because it connects with you emotionally. So when you're selling online, selling using facts and stuff is not enough. It's not enough. If you're a direct response copywriter, you want a response immediately and directly. The only thing that can get people to do that is emotions. Only emotions can get people to act ways that they don't normally act, and ways that they're not supposed to act. Emotional trigger words, for example, one that you might know me for and hits me is 10K a month. That's the emotional trigger word. When you hear it, you'll feel a type of way. You'll be more inclined to listen. All right. Appeal to the life force 8. This was a valuable gem in a book. Uh, it was cash advertising or scientific advertising, one of those. The life force 8 is basically everything. The only 8 things that everyone wants, and that those things include survival, enjoyment. Everyone wants survival, enjoyment, freedom, um okay, comfortable living, to be superior, protection of loved ones, and social approval. They want to basically fit in with society. That's their goal. All right. The so how so when we're making the headline, we need to make sure that we apply these 8 in the headline, and while in the body copy speaking their own language and in the headline as well. So the 4 big emotions are here: new, easy, safe, big. There's actually a formula for this. It's called NESB. All right, new, easy, safe, big. There's also the 4 U's, but we'll get into that. Okay, so new. How can we make this seem as new as possible? Okay, so and I'll give you the secret trick I was about to tell you after I tell you these 4. Okay, so easy. How can we make this seem as easy as possible? Safe. How can we make this seem as safe as possible? Big. How can we make this seem as big as possible? And you want to know the key to succeeding in all of these is the only key there is to go as freaking extreme as you can. Go extreme with this. Because if you make it seem as new as possible, they're not gonna go to your competition. They'll come to you. If you make it seem as easy as possible, they're gonna come to you. That's why risk reversal and all of that people have it in their copy and their sales pages. Make it seem as safe as possible. Make it seem as big as possible. If what you're saying, if it sounds bigger than anything that has ever existed before, they will pull out their money and give it to you. Now, if you add these four with the value equation, the results will be insane. Insane. So let me pull the value equation, let it load. There it is. All right, so the value equation is basically this. This is Alex Hormozi's value equation. The dream outcome needs to go up. You need to make their dream outcome, what they think they could achieve through your course or service or subscription, you need to make it go as up as you possibly can. So this needs to go up. Their perceived likelihood of achievement, up. So basically you say, okay, you can achieve $1 million a month if you learn with me. And then the perceived likelihood of achievement, 100%. Who's not taking that? No one. Everyone would pull out their money and pay for this if this was an actual service that was available. And then the so you have to subtract this, divide, but subtract it to make more sense by the amount of time it's gonna take and the amount of effort it's gonna take. So hypothetically speaking, if someone was fat and let's say their dream outcome is to be fit with a six pack, all of that. So if the dream outcome was a six pack and exactly everything they want, and you speak to them using emotion, using what was it called, how they speak, connecting to them emotionally, using their fears, their desires, expectation. You see how this all connects. Using all of that, and you tell them their dream outcome is what they're gonna receive, and their perceived likelihood of achievement is 100%, and the time delay is 0, and the effort and sacrifice required is also 0, you basically won the lottery. If you can do this, you won the lottery. But for the time being, at least for now, no one has invented how to do that, how to make you fit as in 0 seconds. So for the time being, the only goal is to make the effort and sacrifice as low as possible. So this would be like, you don't need to work 1 hour per day. You only need to work out 10 minutes per day. The time delay, you're only going to see the results in not in 2 months, but in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you're going to get to your dream body physique. Your likelihood of achievement is 90% because 9 out of my 10 clients who have learned with me have done it. If you can bring the time delay to 0, you have an infinitely valuable product. So all right. And then the key to all of this, the key, like you can do all of this, you can master it, you can do it perfectly, but your goal is to do it in as less words as possible. The reason being why, when there's less words, the more weight each word carries. And what I mean by that is the word carries more weight with each word. In a example way, in a way you're gonna understand it. The hardest hitting tweets you've ever read, or the hardest hitting sentences, quotes, are the ones with very few words. Why? Because after the person says only 4 words and it hits you like a truck. So the goal is to use as less words as possible. Do not use more words than necessary. Make it concise. And then that is all for pillar 1. That's the customer bubble. I hope you understood it. All right, now let's get into pillar 2, the right lead. Okay, so the right lead is basically, let me show you here, the customer awareness level. So a lead is basically what the headline is gonna say. And that what the headline says is gonna bring in people, and those people are leads. So you need to come up with the great lead to, like a magnet, drag in your leads. All right, but this, as I showed you with the course that Iman was selling, what was it called? You cannot use the same headline for people who are in different areas and different situational awareness. So basically, this person, the lowest on the scale, is unaware. They have no idea what you're selling, what you're offering, what your product is. The second step is problem aware. They're aware of the problem they have. They're aware that they don't get clients. Do they know how to fix it? No. But that's when they move on to solution aware. Solution aware is when they know the problem they have and they know, okay, If I work with so and so, he can fix that for me and he can produce me results. Then product aware. They're aware of you specifically by name. Not just, oh, if I work with a B2B business. No, they're aware of you. They say, okay, let growth, that B2B business, if I work with them, they're going to solve my solutions. And then this final one, loyalty. They don't want to go anywhere. They've seen what you can provide for them. Yeah, they want you basically. You just have to give them at this point an offer. You just have to say, okay, my shit, it was $1,000. Now it's only 500. Only for you. They're gonna buy immediately. But if you give this same offer to an unaware person, they're gonna be like, what? It was 1,000. Now it's 500. It's still 500. It's still extremely expensive. Why would I buy it? I don't want it. So that's the unaware. So unawares, you target them via story. Problem aware, you target them via a big proclamation, which is basically, oh, I will 10x your sales, 100x your sales in 2 days. That's a big proclamation, a big claim. Comes with setbacks. It comes with things you need to do. I'll be teaching you. Solution aware. Solution aware is basically when you hint to them something that only they know since their understanding of the solution. Give them a little secret, make them feel in on something. Problem solution aware. You present to them the problem, which they're already aware of, and then present to them the solution, and they're sold. A promise. Um, Makes sense. You can understand. Let's go back. I'll get into all of these in depth. All right, I explained the story lead, the proclamation lead, the 6 types of leads, the secret lead, the problem solution lead, the promise lead, the offer lead. Okay, so this is the target awareness level. It goes from indirect to direct, and by indirect to direct, I mean when 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 they're in the story lead stage, they're very low awareness. So you cannot even bring up the name of your product until probably the end of the copy. This is the hardest one. This is the hardest one to use. So you have to get really good to use this. So they're at low awareness and you have to attack them indirectly. But when they're in the offer lead, they're very aware. You can say directly, you can say what you're selling, the price you're selling at, the discount, the offer, etc., etc. All right. So the most powerful but hardest leads to use is the story lead. Okay, the story lead has key components. You present to them a story. The story, the main character is going to be a hero, and the hero is an ordinary person, exactly like your dream customer. Because your dream customer isn't like Bill Gates, unless you're targeting Bill Gates. Your dream customer is going to be a normal person. So to resonate with him and to make him feel like he's part of a special club, the hero is going to be an ordinary person who wants to do something extraordinary. People are going to doubt him. He's going to prove them wrong. Hip hip hooray. Sounds like a lot of stories. All right. It also has to be a story because the prospect is unaware. This is the most valuable skill that when you master, people will pay you thousands for it and you'll make thousands for your own business, SaaS, company, etc. All right, so this is an extremely famous one that is extremely famous. I haven't even read it, but I want to read it just because of the title and how famous it is. They laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play, I don't even know what this sells. That's the goal. You have to. They shouldn't know that you're. It shouldn't look like an ad. This does not look like an ad. It looks like a story. And I'm actually gonna search this up after I'm done with this so I can read it. Um, you have to craft the story. Oh, the hardest part. You have to craft the story in such a way that you only attract your ideal prospects. So I don't know what ideal prospects this is attracting, but it attracts only its ideal prospects. And you don't even know it's an ad. And you don't know what it's selling, anything, nothing. All right, this one was also a very famous one. The man in the Hathaway shirt. He used marketing techniques like the eye patch. It made a ton of money. It's also a story lead. There was this one also great story lead. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't think I included it in here. Yeah, I didn't include it in here. How it went was basically it was a story about two men who who grew up in the same school. They grew up in the same neighborhood. They grew up in the same environment. They were best friends. But one turned out to be a CEO. The other one just became a worker at a grocery store, bagging bags and packing bags. What? That's how this whole story went until like the last couple lines. And in the last couple lines, it said what made the difference between these two people. One used to promote himself through newspapers and make himself seem credible. The other one didn't used to do that. So it shows you the problem and brings you the solution. You might become the person or the individual who is just packing bags at a grocery store for the rest of your life. But if you promote yourself or build a personal brand through the New York Times, I think it was the New York Times who did this. Um, you can become a successful business entrepreneur and become a CEO in the future. So that's basically how you're going to use the story leads. This one is the Granada, also a very good one. All right, so we go into, hopefully you understood story leads. Now we'll go into proclamation leads. A proclamation lead is basically a big, bold claim. I've told you this. All right, so it's going to be big, bold. It's going to be unreasonable. You have to make it unreasonable. Why? To catch their attention. It's a pattern interrupt. Then you make a promise. Okay, and when you, so for example, let me give you, first before I explain, look at this one. What does it say? Read this. Why is it not loading? Read this or die. And then the 95%, this is unique. I'll get into that. Read this or die. It's so fun learning these stuff because once you learn it, you'll be able to detect and like you'll be able to do a lot. You'll be able to realize what people have been doing to you and have been targeting you with. All right. So the countdown to crisis. Oh, there's a crisis. That's the big proclamation. Three shocking events that will wipe out millions. It's gonna wipe out millions. What is this? What is this thing that's gonna wipe out millions? That's a proclamation lead. Okay, you will become extinct or whatever it is. That's the example of proclamation lead. Okay, a proclamation lead also has certain setbacks. I don't know why I didn't write it here. Okay, certain it has certain setbacks as you need to come up with a ton of evidence to back up your claim. Yes, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to come up with a ton of evidence to back up your claim because no way you're just going to say read this or die. And then when you go into the book, you're going to explain to me about how I need to eat salad for the rest of my life. That's not going to work. That's not how we're going to do it. You need to provide evidence as to why you're making the claim and immediately. I'm going to be making a in-depth video more about this soon. Okay, secret lead. The mechanism that gets individuals to buy is the secret. So this is called the unique selling proposition, the unique selling mechanism, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the secret is going to have intriguing and beneficial qualities. It's also not going to be disclosed in your lead. So basically in this course or in this video, when you break it down, the secret is not disclosed until the very end, but the goal is to keep the viewer hooked. The goal is to keep the viewer hooked until you get to the end, and then you give them the secret. Then they feel this big dopamine boost. Then they trust you. Then they realize, oh, this is what I was missing in my life. This is when it all connects. I've given the example before about the fat person who doesn't want to exercise, so you don't tell him that the reason he's fat is because he doesn't want to exercise. You tell him the reason he's fat is because of an enzyme that makes him fat, or a small molecule cell in his body that makes him fat, that is so easy to get rid of. And you see, you see what I did there? It's so easy to get rid of. Now you want to know what it is. All right, as the page progresses, more clues will be given, but the goal is to not get them, everything has to do with a goal. The goal is to get them interested and to not get them to click off while you're doing all that, and you need to be able to keep them engaged until the very end. Number 4, problem solution lead. Okay, the problem solution lead, the goal of it is to stir up emotions. If you can stir up emotion, you can use this lead very easily. And this is one of the easiest leads to use. Not the easiest, but one of the easiest. But once you master it, it's also extremely powerful. So let's do something different. You could read these if you like, but let's look at the YouTube videos. All right, waking up with no YouTube subscribers? Try this. Waking up with no new X followers? Try this. Now you want to know what it is that he knows that you do not. That's the problem. He presents you the problem. You don't wake up with new X followers every day. That's your problem. That's your issue. It's so easy to do this. So try this. He'll give you the solution. All right. And then you can't hit 57% YouTube retention. Try this. It will give you the solution. Now you want to watch the video. All right. Promise lead. This one was basically self-explanatory. You can understand it. Promise lead. To find the promise, you have to find the unique selling proposition. It has to be original. Prospects promise targets your prospect's dream desire. It has to be big but believable, and you must follow it up with even bigger proof. Okay, so for example, which one should we do? We'll do this one. How to get copywriting clients without sending hundreds of thousands of DMs. Okay, so I've watched this video, and he actually does provide a lot of evidence before he even gets into why his promise is the truth. Because this is what you need to do for the promise lead. He basically says you need to send high value outreach, high value copy. It's worked, and the evidence is that he's made 17K per month last month. I'm not sure, something like that. And you can use the Life Force 8. Oh, okay, so he used the Life Force 8 inside his headline. He said how to win friends and influence people. Winning, something that everyone wants. Part of the Life Force 8. Friends, it's the social factor of the Life Force 8 that we talked about. All right. So these are the steps. I'm going to be giving you, where is it? All right, there's a document that I have that has these steps. I could send it to you through DMs too. I'm sending you all of this. So if you want to read this in your own time. I'll send it to you. All right, the offer lead. The offer lead is very easy. I've read a couple of books. They say copywriters should get paid the least for this. It requires the least effort and the least skill. But when you know how to use it, it's still valuable because it still makes you money. It still makes you money. That's the name of the game. All right, very easy. You have to immediately focus on the most emotionally compelling detail about your offer. So let's get into this one. Sign 3 to 5 copywriting clients. That's the most emotionally compelling part because this person has been having the issue. They're completely aware of everything. You understand this because the offer lead. If we go back up, the offer lead was one of the ones where the person is extremely aware. They are loyal to. They're extremely aware. They don't need anything, any other convincing. They just want to buy from you. So you tell them the most emotionally attached thing you can and say to them. So if you're a copywriter and you have not been getting clients, this is the most emotionally promoting factor that's going to cause you to buy. You're not able to sign clients. So I'm going to help you do that in only 90 days. Make it easy. The easy formula of NESB. Guaranteed or you do not pay. Risk reversal. All right. And then I told you about a bunch of leads. I told you about a bunch of different offers. So these are the main ones, but there's also more. So learning never stops. But now that you've learned all of these, and once you study them through the doc and you actually um, understand them, which lead do you choose and how do you decide on what lead you're going to choose? Okay, so the number one thing is study exactly what awareness level your reader is at. This is awareness on both the great leads principle. This is also awareness on, let me go back up here. Your awareness about your customer bubble, their belief, fears, desires, and expectations. So once you get aware on those two, you have to utilize it. You have to utilize the information you're learning. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere in life. So study similar examples from sales pages, database, and headline resources. So let's say you do copywriting for a school. Okay, that's what you do. You do copywriting for a school. Your copy is right here. Guaranteed to improve your child's school marks, or you pay nothing. Don't pay a penny for this book till it doubles your power to learn. or the power of your child to learn. So you are writing copy for a school, but you don't know what was it called, what to write or how to say it or how to phrase it. You can use already written headlines that have been proven to work, and which I'm going to be providing you in here, and I'm going to be always updating and adding more to it. Um, you're going to be using those headlines and databases as like a template or a guideline, or like to get your creative juices flowing. All right, you study what's working for similar offers in the space. So in current times, you can lead scrape people. You can find out. You can funnel hack them. That's what it's called, and find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, what you should copy, what you should not copy, and yeah. Okay, try different leads that match the awareness level. You always, this is a key thing in copywriting. You have to always be trying new things. Once you hit like a certain milestone, oh, I got to 40, 50% open rate. I'm never going to change it. You have to keep changing and trying different leads. Do A to B testing. And then write a different, once you've done all these three, this is just a fourth bonus one, but once you've done these three, write a ton of different ones, a ton of different headlines, until you feel the one that speaks to you. You're gonna feel one that's like, oh, okay, yeah, this one resonates, this one hits, this one goes. Trust your gut instinct. And finally, the 4 U's. These are the most important U's of your life. Urgent, unique, useful, and ultra specific. So let me actually, I didn't put this in ranking basis, but first, the first thing you need to focus on is unique. Then you'll get into, hold on, before I explain that, first, let me tell you why you need to focus on unique. Because if you are an average Joe, or if you have a specific product or a specific thing, there's always someone out there that's bigger than you. Why would they come to you? Why would they focus on what you're trying to sell when there's bigger people than you? Why would I follow an account that teaches me the same thing a million follower account teaches me, but he only has like 10 followers? There's nothing unique or special about him. There's no reason why I should follow him. I'd rather follow the bigger and better person. So this is the most thing. It separates you. Number one, separates you. Number two, okay, my spelling is not actually that trash. It's just I'm trying to type fast. Unique is separates you. And what was the second one? I just forgot it. All right, so it what was I saying? It separates unique. A unique headline separates you, and it catches the reader's attention. There you go. I don't know why I just blanked out. Catches the reader's attention. Because if it's not unique, they're not going to read it. Attention. Attention is key. I'm sure you've heard like the term. If you haven't, attention is oil. It's the new oil. So make sure you use it wisely. Useful. You use this formula. WIIFM. What's in it for me? People are selfish. That's the truth. They're not selfish in a bad way, but everyone cares about themselves. If you don't tell them what they gain, you don't, they don't benefit anything. They don't benefit anything. You're not gonna benefit anything. This is all a ecosystem where we all depend on each other. You have to be able to give value to receive value, and you always have to be giving more than you're getting until you're on the other side of the equation. Urgent. It has to have some type of FOMO in it. FOMO is fear of missing out. That's what it stands for. Fear of missing out. It has to also be ultra specific. So I'll give you examples of all of these. Ultra specific, because ultra specific, the reason for it is because it cancels out all of this. It cancels out, because when you tell someone something is unique, they actually start to question like, okay, it's unique, but is it really plausible? It's useful, okay. It's fear of missing out. I'm scared of missing out on this, but even if I get into it, will it truly help me? If I miss out on it, did I truly miss out on anything great? This ultra specific cancels out all of this. So it cancels out The FOMO, it cancels out the uniqueness factor. The what? It cancels out the doubts they had about the uniqueness. It cancels out the doubt about the urgent. Why? Because if you say, okay, this I have this offer that's gonna take your gym business from 0 to 100K per month, but the only thing that you add on there, but you add the one liner at the end that says only for personal trainers, because of it's ultra specific. And let's say you go the extra mile and you provide ultra specific examples, like you say 99.96% of my creators made more money with this, more personal trainers made more money with this. Because it's ultra specific, you're like, okay, this person cannot be lying, look at the exact facts they're giving me. But if you just say, okay, 100% made their money back times 10, okay, 100 is a extremely round number. How believable is that? 10, also a round number. How believable is that? So you have to add at least um you have to add at least 3 of these: the uniqueness, useful, urgent, ultra specific in your headlines. But the greatest headlines, use all of them. At least 3 though. At least 3 minimum. If you are like dying, I don't know why you would be dying, but the max minimum is 2. Max. You go under that, you're just you're begging to lose. All right, this one includes FOMO. Why? Because warning, limited spots available. It will be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in history. So you're like, okay, I don't want to miss out on this. It's the biggest. It's limited. It's the hottest in history. So you can see that. All right, tiny company about to go public. It's a tiny company. Okay, but it's about to go public. So that's why it has the little FOMO in it. It says also here, take action today. The biggest medical news in history. It's the biggest. You need to take action today. That's where the FOMO comes in. All right, ultra specific. The ultra specific in this was here. It says you seeing gains of 797%. You see how specific that number is? Who even sees gains of 797%? You could say 1,000%, but you've seen that a million times. But he didn't even use 1,000% here. He said you and see gains of 1,794%. You see how it's not 1,000. You see how 797 is more powerful, even though it's less. It's more powerful than 1,000%, and 1,794 is more powerful than that. Because what's the chances of you getting 797%? That sounds believable. Someone could do that. I think you could teach me how to do that. But what's the chances of you teaching me how to get 1,000% on the dot? Very, very, very few. Very unlikely. How I made $11,374. See, even adds the $4. Imagine. All right. So unique. We said it has to be urgent, ultra specific, but going in order. This one comes first. Unique comes first. Then the next one we're going to be going into comes second. Urgent comes third. They don't want to miss out. This comes fourth. All right, so the uniqueness. I'm sure you guys know trading. So 99.99%. This also goes into the ultra specific factor. You see how they all do it? I'm reading right here while 99.9% of American investors trade during the day, I own the night. He trades during the night. What is he? How is he trading during the night? The markets are only open in the mornings. What is this guy doing? There's no the how. That's so unique about it. Like, even I'm curious. How is he doing it? But I killed my curiosity with this. I don't know him. I haven't went to check out his stuff. But I feel like he only plans how to trade at night, and then in the morning he actually executes the trades. So you see how he did that as a tactic? He'll tell you the whole thing he's gonna sell you. He'll probably sell you a course and what in the and how to learn trading, etc., and how to night trade, because that's so unique. It's something only he knows. Day trading, even if day trading didn't work for you, that doesn't mean night trading won't work for you. So he plans at night and executes it in the morning. That's the conclusion I got to. So 0 to 10K a month with your own job servicing. Job servicing. This is a term that was completely made up by Iman. Iman Ghazi completely made this term up. He combined the agency business model and job shipping, turned it into job servicing. It's unique. It's something that you want to know. What was it called? What is it? What was it called? What is really inside. But he's probably I haven't gone in, but he's probably teaching you how to run an agency, but but only using like other people to run it for you. So you don't do any of the actual work. You're just like a middleman, but the agency is yours. So you get other people to fulfill the orders. You get other people to do everything else for you, which I think is like extremely doesn't make any sense. So maybe that's not what he's selling. But you see how you can turn something that's so bland, basic, and ununique into something that is like extraordinary that people have never heard of and will want to buy. This is the unique factor, the unique principle. Useful. What's in it for me? Obviously, what's in it for you here is the 10K per month. All right. What's in it for me? Again, we snuck through. Yes, it's interesting, intriguing. 18 unique factor. Known little tax loopholes, tricks that made me tax reform. It's a trick. It's secret. It plays into the secret part of it. And then he says a tax loophole. Okay, this is the useful part of it. It will save you money. You can see how a tax loophole can save you money. All right. So you've learned all of this. I've sped through it. I literally did a speed run, which is insane considering it's a 56-minute video. We're at 56 minutes right now. Never made a 56-minute video in my life. All right. So the most important thing in all of this, the most important thing, you need repetitions. You need to practice. If you do not practice, everything you learned is useless. I've wasted my time. You've wasted your time. Congratulations. We're both extreme time wasters. I made you these killer headlines. No, I haven't made you these killer headlines. What? I didn't write these. I made you like this interactive game where like you can guess and like you can like see which leads are being used, which U's are being used, which of the 4 U's are being used, which of the awareness levels. You can break this all down with each headline. And these are the headlines that I went over with you. So you'll basically be able to like see if you can remember it. Once you see that you're okay, different, and you're a legend, you have these headlines that I didn't go over with you. So you can try to use your own. You can try to use your own. Your own. This is also, this is a thing I break down. This is a whole sales page I have in my files. Okay, and again, don't forget, I'm giving away what? This viral Twitter file formula. So you can use it, whether Notion works for you, Google Doc works for you. Let me know which one you want. Don't comment a specific word. I feel like what was it called? You don't have to follow to get the doc. But so the text does not, so the doc doesn't end up in your requests folder or in your spam. Following would be cool. I guess it would be cool for you. So I'll send you this Twitter viral formula via doc if you want, or you could transfer it to doc. I'm pretty sure it's not that hard. Transfer it to doc, or you could have it in Notion. I personally like Notion. It gives you all these colors, etc. More interactive. Swipe files I have. I'm also going to be making this public. Ooh, not now though. Sometime soon. All right, and then yeah. So I'm giving away this one, the viral Twitter files, and this how to write 6-figure headlines, the full course. All right, this is my first thing that I've ever taught in my life. The first video I made on teaching in my life. And look how much value I put in it. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna go insane. If I keep going at this, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm doing something because other docs I've received from people on X have disappointed me. I do not want to disappoint you guys. Alright, I love you guys. AM logging out. I'm gonna give you a quick intro video though. Let me know what I did in this video. Alright, a quick outro, I mean. I can't speak. I'm so tired. That's an hour of speaking for you. Alright, bye. Alright, and finally, this is the first time I've ever taught. I haven't actually taught it yet. I'm filming this before I taught it. But this is the first time I'm ever going to teach anything, or what was it called? Give away a formula, a guide, a PDF, etc. And even though it's my first time, I do not want it to be like low effort, the bare minimum that most people give out. I'm going to be honest. So be brutally honest. Let me know if this video benefited you, how it benefited you, what I could do better. Yeah, let's help each other get better. Hey, I'm logging out.